Hello, Mr. David. Mr. Joshua, are you there? Hello.
Have you heard of the Global Summit for Teenagers? Yes, I mean Global Summit. The biggest conference online for teenagers is about to happen. It is called Smart Teens Global Summit. Have you heard of the Global Summit for Teenagers? Yes, I mean Global Summit. The biggest conference online for teenagers is about to happen. It is called Smart Teens Global Summit, and it's happening on Facebook and YouTube from the 8th of February to 13th of February 2021. There will be speakers from all over the world, from Japan, USA, UK, Australia, South Africa, Uganda, and many other countries that you can think of. They will be speaking on career discovery, skills development, mentoring, internships, and entrepreneurship. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be terrific! So don't say I did not tell you. This is how to be part of it. Follow Smart Teens Global on Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube. Turn on your notifications. Visit smartteensglobal.com/summit and register. Go and sign up on smartteensglobal.com as a teenager or trainer or mentor or company. Then invite all your friends to do the same. And before I forget, there is a contest called Get Featured Contest for smart teenagers during the summit. If you want to be advertised for free as a teenager on this summit, simply create a 1-minute video on how you found your career, got your skills, got a mentor, and started using them to make money. Share that video on Instagram and tag at Smart Teens Global. Every video will be reshared, and the winner will win a one-on-one session with any speaker he or she wants, among many other prizes. So go, 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 and start winning! See you there!
All right. So everyone, welcome to Smart Teens Global Summit. And today we are having the amazing Kusin Ekanem all the way from Uyo, Nigeria. Welcome everyone, wherever you are listening from. Put in the comments, you're welcome, ma, you're welcome, ma, you're welcome, ma.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on this amazing summit, the first global summit for teenagers 2021, and we are glad to have you.
Thank you so
much. By the way,
I
believe everyone knows my name. My name is Joshua Olatunde. So I am your host for this session, and I know that this will be a fantastic one. So in a bit, Mark, kindly tell us a bit about you before you take the stage.
Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. Nice being here. And I believe everyone can hear me loud and clear. Mr. Joshua had already introduced me. My name is Kusin Ekanem, and I run Missy Naturals Network and Missy Naturals Cosmetics, and I sit in board for African Natural Foods. Missy Naturals Network, we are committed in giving back part of our profits from the different companies that we have to better and enrich the African economy. And then we produce products that are standard effective and that are affordable, that are non-toxic for the African family, using naturally derived ingredients from Africa. This year, we decided that we were going to give out 25% of our profits to help humanity. So 20% is where we give out from our networking platform, and 5% is where we help people through our Missy Edu platform. Missy Edu platform is where we help train people in rural communities in education. We sponsor them more like a scholarship program for children in rural communities. I sit in the board for Missing Natural for African Natural Food. Missing Naturals is actually my company that I've run for almost 5 years now. I'm married with 2 children, and I'm super excited to be here with everybody. Thank you so much, Mr. Joshua, for having me. I look forward to an amazing, amazing session. I have been an entrepreneur for since JS1. I would say that from since JS1, I've engaged in different businesses and I've not regretted it. I've not regretted it. So thank you so much for having me. I look forward for us, but every one of us to have a great time for you, for me, and we'll grow together. Mr. Joshua, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, can you hear me clearly from your end?
Perfect, I am.
All right. So, right now you're taking over the stage. It's all your stage. That's why I've not removed you off the screen. So it's all your stage. Yeah. So I believe everyone in the world can hear the profile. So if you are looking at skincare, a skincare mentor or leader, then you know who you have met. Right now, this is a phase of skincare in Africa. So we are in the internship session for today. Today is fully for internship. So if you have a dream in skincare, you want to learn about cosmetics and all the rest, the picture of the future that you need to feature in is going to be expressed to you today in form of how you can get the right internship for you as a teenager. Remember, the summit is about how to become a smart teenager globally. So connect, learn, write, call your friends, and get ready. You are in for a storm. Welcome, Ma. Please take over the
Thank
stage.
you. Okay. So, Mr. Joshua, if it's not too much, I would like to also see your face while I'm seeing my face, so it looks more like communication that I'm talking with somebody, so I'm not left alone looking directly to my screen. Except, of course, there's something you want to do at the back office, and that's totally okay.
All right, no problem.
So I'm not
Okay.
alone here. So for
All right.
me, being an entrepreneur, as where children used to say, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a nurse, I want to be these different things, pilot and all. I've never ever had those, I want to be a nurse or doctor or anything. I've just, for me, it has been that I want to make money. It was never in any field of my own is let me make whether it was medical field or I never had that clear term of okay, this is what I want to do. But I know I love business and all. My dad used to, I'm the only child, so I was like daddy's handbag. I remember he used to take me to his office and he is a printer. Then printing was like the main thing, not now that you can do your invoice on your phone and apps have taken over. Then when you're in that field, you're in that field. So he used to print wedding cards. If you remember that time, the wedding cards, they will finish and they will do ribbon, something like ribbon, and they will paste on the wedding card like that.
Yeah.
So I went to his manager and I told the manager that how much will they pay me? That was my JS1. That was the first business I ever started. That how much will they pay me if I can tie those ribbons and stick on that stuff? So the manager gave me the job for all the wedding cards they ever printed. That was my job. When I come back from school, I'm in daddy's office. I'm tying ribbons for one naira each. And there are days that the wedding cards could come about 1,000. And I would tie to the point that this place would just turn red, completely red. But the excitement of the money will not allow me stop. I would just keep going. I loved it. I loved the money. Not that my dad wasn't giving me money, but that extra money, I loved it. And for me, it helped me go through school. I used to say that the reason why I didn't date in school is not because I was born again. It was because I had money more than other guys that were already in my set. So there was no need of you coming around. I had enough. It
Oh
was
my
not a
gosh.
matter of God. It was not a matter of purity or anything. It was just that I was already making and eating break time. I'm on meat now. So, so for me, entrepreneurship is something that is very, very important. And I'm always excited when I talk about money and business and all. And right now, in the Nigerian economy, after you talk about God, your spiritual life, the next thing you should talk about, please, is how to make money, make more. And not just make more money, make more money when you're young, not when you're old. And that's why I'm so excited to be talking to these young minds right now. For me, my mantra in life is Lamentation 3 verse 27. It says that it's good that a man bears his yoke when he's young. So me, I translated it to it is good for a man to have money, wealth, and everything when they are young. Not when you have diabetes, you can't eat the money, you can't move, you have restrictions. So this is the best time. So why should you, as a teenager, why should you try to venture into entrepreneurship? Why should you desire your own money? I believe that in this platform, we have teenagers from different backgrounds. So I'm going to be talking to teenagers from the rich background, people that their parents can afford everything for them. I'm also going to talk to teenagers from middle class, and we are going to talk to teenagers from people that their parents are not capable to sort all their financial issues too. So I'm going to address these three sets. And I believe in the course of my life, I have fallen into these different categories at different phases in my life. Yes, trust me. So for those of you that feels like you don't need the money, daddy sorts things out, mommy sorts things out, why should I be creative? Why should I expand? First thing first, when you start up something, whether it's a business, it is a skill, or is an internship, it motivates your brain to be productive. So your brain is active. So one, you're doing it for yourself, for your mental capacity, for your mental space. So your brain is creative. You are this creative stage in your life. And yes, you should do this for yourself first to better your health, your creativity, your productivity, and of course, it will help you in work experiences. Right now, I believe, Mr. Joshua, you already know that you go for jobs and you're 25 years and they will ask you to have working experience of 10 years. So that means you're supposed to
Very
have finished
true.
yeah, you're supposed to finish university at 15. But if you're starting as an entrepreneur, as a young teen entrepreneur, and you're working in internship with somebody, or you've started your own thing, that can come in as work experience for you in
Yeah.
future. You can say
Yeah.
that, oh, I have worked with this person, I have done this. For me, I always say I have so much work experience. I have work as I've sold beads, I've sold clothes, for me, I have loved business, like I said earlier. So it will come up for you as work experience. That's very important. Number two, you meet valuable contacts. If you get to meet with adults in a business and professional scene environment, how they will see you and how they will communicate with you will be different from the teenager that comes to just say, Auntie, show me joy, find me something. You tend to have respect and value. They tend to listen to you, not that you're just there to push. It's different. You come in, your auntie come in and say, oh, this is what I'm trying to do. Can you support it? Bet me, 80% will support you financially to grow a business or to start a skill or to work with someone than when you're asking for just money. And definitely for people that their families can provide for everything. For me, at the point, my dad just allowed me to provide for most of my needs, especially in university. If they send you school fees, I think that one is typical with most Nigerian parents. When you reach university, if they send you school fees, you're on your own, the remaining thing. So this is me giving you expo now. Don't expect all the things you're seeing now when you get to university. So when you get to university, or if you are in the university, I believe this has come before. They won't give you all the finances. So what happens? For you ladies, I this morning I just finished talking with one of my teen friends, and she was like, oh ma, she wants to start a relationship, and and the reason why she's starting a relationship is because she wants to go out, that nobody takes her out. She wants to see places, and she needs money. You see, so you will be, it will be easier for you as a lady to curb pressure if you have your own finances to take care of your personal needs. I'm telling you the truth. It will be easier. So you know that what is remaining between you, what you're dealing with now, is just your personal conviction and your relationship with God and what you want. But when you don't have these finances and it's not coming from home, bet me you have a whole lot of things to think about. You need to make your hair, you need to buy pad, you need to do this, you need to look good. But you should first, and I had to start talking to her that you need money. You don't need a man. You're not looking for a relation. You're looking for money. So also for guys, if you have your personal money, it will easily curb all this, cultism text, they are pushing me and all that. Because the truth is, as our parents grow, depending again on the kind of parents that you have, for most Nigerian parents, again, I'm not generalizing, most of them don't really have investments that take care of them at old age. And that's because Nigeria is not a country that you can invest in and be sure of. Most people, they work all their years, and when it's time for pension, they get the shock of their life. They barely have it. That's the country we are in. So at the old age, they don't have the stamina to work and hustle and provide at the frequency they were when you were young. So that means you have to cater for most of your bills. Worst comes to the worst, you cater for your own bills and the bills of your younger ones, if you have younger ones. So you have to start building this skill. It's not something you build in poverty. No, they always say you don't learn how to fight on the battlefield. You don't learn how to look for money when there is no money. You sow seeds. Remember, everything is a seed, and there is time and there is process for it to germinate. If you sow a seed today and it takes 4 months, if it takes 4 months for the seed to germinate, if you sow it in March, it will take 4 months. If you sow it in May, it will take 4 months. If you sow it in September, it will take 4 months. The benefit you have is that the earlier you sow the seed, the earlier you're going to reap that seed, I believe so. So what are you going to do? Start sowing your own seeds, seeds of relationship, internship. You come to work with me, you build a relationship with me that you can invest from, that you can take from. Seeds of finances, you're learning, your hand is used to collecting money and all. You're growing mentally. I believe, Mr. Joshua, you will agree that if you see someone that have not handled 1 million naira before and they win 1 million naira lottery, next week the money is finished. Because mentally they have not been trained to handle 1 million. So your issue should not be you're looking for how to make 1 million. Your issue is how to grow your mind from making 10,000 to 50,000 to 100,000 to 500,000 to 1 million. To your mind, you have to grow. If you, as a teenager today, if you're making 5,000 naira and they give you 1 million tomorrow, before the 1 million come, you have a whole list of things that you want to use the 1 million to do. Bet me, when the 1 million comes till the finish, you will not remember those things because your mind has not been trained to handle that amount. So you see, you're training your mind by being an entrepreneur, and definitely you'll be in a great space. A friend of mine once told me, Kusin, how come only good, serious people come to me? I said, this universe is all about energies, and energies attract. When you're in an entrepreneur field, you see only people of value that will be attracted to you. When you're in a field that is not entrepreneur, if you're in a field that is all about sex, romance, love, and all that, you see that it's friends within that will be attracted to you. If you're in a field of what's happening, what's trending, and want to be involved, you'll see that within your cycle, you have more people that are that way. So what makes a good entrepreneur, or as a young entrepreneur, what are we looking out for? Because we are not just saying, remember, we are talking to teens and you need to go to school. We are not saying you should dump school to do business, but you need both. You need both of them. You need education, very important. Formal, informal literacy, not just the one they teach you in school. I believe you must have gotten a lot about that from this global summit. So first, we need something that is home-based. starting a business as a teenager, we need something that is on voice, something that is easily accessible, something that is not going to take you um, off school completely, more like a part-time, and something that you can start with minimal amount. In the course of my talk, I'm going to list some businesses that you can actually start. It is important that you know that Mark Zuckerberg started at age 19. This man, Matt Wilson Verne, is the one that created WordPress. He started at age 19. And we have so many persons that started at a young age. The truth is, your mental speed at which, the speed at which you process information as a teenager and the speed at which you process information as a 40-year-old person is not the same. So it is important.
Yeah.
So when your mind is still processing information at the speed of light, I have my board, and sometimes I work with my board, and they're like, Kusin, the way you're processing information. I say, don't feel bad, ma. You're way older than me. It's okay. My time is coming. But now I'm putting things in place. Yes.
On time. Yeah.
Yes, I'm putting things in place. So that let it not be that when it gets to that time, that's when I'm, no. You see, we have had story of KFC that started his business at age 70. Don't look at that. Look at the people that started early. You are in Nigeria. It's good you start early. You grow through the process. And I'm trying to rush up to meet up my time and all. I want to talk about internship. The truth is, a lot of people feel that young people don't want to learn under people. Yes, we are talking about making money, but do you know that money is expressed in two ways? There's tangible money, the one you see, and there's intangible money, experiences. Expertise is intangible money. When you go to be an intern with somebody, what your main focus should not be money that the person is giving you. Your main focus is the experience. Your main focus is the experience. Abraham Lincoln said, I'm better than my elders because I stand on their shoulders. Me, I will stand on their head. So I will see more. Where the wisdom is.
Exactly.
You're learning from that. You need money, but that should not be. That's why you're starting as a teenager. So we are trusting that you have family that can handle some things. So you're going to learn. I remember in 2013, I had the opportunity to work with my pastor's wife, and she used to write books, and I still am a writer. And as at that time, I had written 2 books. But she would just speak, and the next thing she said, convert it to a book, and I'll write the whole book in one night. As at that time, I didn't even know how to use a computer system, but I wanted to learn from her. And even when she offered me money, I said, no, ma, I wanted to learn. So I will turn before you know, I'll start writing a book from today. I'll finish it by tomorrow. The whole book, all chapters ready to be printed. Now, to some people, it felt like stress and all. But right now, the capacity and the speed at which I am using to work in my own business, in my own organization, is the things that I learned from her. And imagine if I needed to pay someone to teach me that. Right now, I can do so many strategy, meeting, decision processes, and because she stressed me. She stretched me, and she stressed me too. But I learned a lot. So when you look at something that you want, go and learn under someone. Even Jesus learned under someone. Go and learn if it's the thing you need to learn under someone. Go look at what the person. And when you're going there, remember everybody has character flaws. There's no perfect people. We all look wonderful from afar. You see my wonderful, beautiful picture. I'm all composed. When you come to meet me close, the more you get closer to me, you tend to see my weaknesses. And that's where teenagers make the mistake. They they forget the essence is to learn the expertise of this woman as a skilled person. They now start looking at the person's character weaknesses. And the next thing you start, oh, now complaining about her. Once you start complaining and murmuring, your mind is already shut. So you can't learn again.
Yeah.
So you're going there with an open mind. You're not going there to look if she's hot-tempered, if she's scattered, if she's dirty. No, you're going there to learn the skills that she has because you can't pay for it. You can't pay for the knowledge and the experiences she has gotten. So your mind should not be closed. Your mind should not be closed-ended that, oh, I'm just going there. Oh, look at how she dressed today. Oh, this woman is not. What concerns you? She's making good money or he is making good money. So your focus should not be on the person's weaknesses. Once familiarity comes in and you start looking at the person's weaknesses, you've lost it. You won't learn anything. You've wasted time. And you're still wasting your time in case you're there. Just leave. Because you won't learn anything. So when you're going there, your mind should be open. Finally, why you should start early is as a teenager, you have time to fall, to rise, and to clean your butt without nobody noticing. There are some fall that is sweet when you're young. There are some fall that is not sweet when you're old. There are some fall that when you fall, there are some fall that when you fall as a young person, they will say that is a juvenile delinquency. The society will forgive you to some extent.
Yeah.
Yes, they may not forget, but you won't feel it. Now, what happens is, if I imprint my leg on a sand, right? My legs is imprinted on the sand, right? My feet is showing, let's say a heap of sand, desert sand, something like that. We used to do that as kids. Now, if I did that at age 17, and it takes 5 years for the wind to keep blowing sands and air and waves in order to clean up my print, by 22, that print would have gone off, right? But if I imprinted on it at 35, and it takes definitely the more you grow old, by the time you're recovering, by 40, that's when you're recovering.
Yeah.
And with the way people are dying at age 39, 40, 40 something these days, I don't think you want to be by 35, you're still playing mistakes. I made a mistake. No. By 35, you're not making mistake. No, don't say everybody makes mistake. Not everybody makes mistake. Everybody make mistake at the time that they should make mistake. Not when the mistake time has passed. Stop saying I'm human, I have time. You don't have time. People are dying at younger ages. What are you doing? What's the legacy you're going to keep for the next generation? If you're 15 here now, you have only 25 years more to impact. So start counting it. You have only 20. You have.
Please.
Yes, we all pray for long life. But when we look at the statistics of death in the past 2 years, from 2019 to this year, especially COVID-19 year, you will see that a lot of influential people within 40s died last year, more than the old people. So let's say the new age bracket is now 40. How many years remain for you, uncle, sister, and you still feel like you're a teenager? No. There are mistakes you can only make now. So it's better you make mistake now, not when you grow old. So you're here. You're learning. Finally, I needed to tell you top businesses that you can start as a teenager. Then I'll take 1 or 2 questions. And I believe I've said a whole lot of, remember, words are seeds. I'm saying this as bullet seeds that should be planted in your heart. You go back. For me, that's how I plan my life. I always tell myself I moved it by 2 years recently. It used to be by my 30th birthday. The list of my issues should be money. But now, due to COVID-19, we move it small. So by my 32nd birthday, when I'm 32, I'm not yet 30, money should be the least of my concern. I have 2 children. I've always loved finishing strong, finishing early. So by my 32nd to 35th birthday, the list of my concern should be purpose. Where am I going to? What am I doing in life with? So with this conference, give yourself by 30, your own COVID-19 didn't meet you, because this COVID-19 that meets you in your father's house. That means it did not affect anything. You were eating confirmed. Your money no come out. So you give yourself by age 30, you should have arranged yourself very, very well. You could, the businesses that you can start as a young person, you can learn a skill, and this skill could be bead making, lemonade, shawarma, whatever you're good at. You can learn a skill. I used to do bead in school that time that name bead came out, and during Valentine like this, I don't blow. I would do for people that their boyfriend, their girlfriend name. I would just stay on my bunk. I was designing beads with people's names, and I made money. There are ladies that they will give me three different names, like the three different guys that are on. I made good money that period. So you could do bead making. But remember, it should be something that you're passionate about and something that you love. And you can just start small within your family, within your friends, your mom's friends, and extra. If your parents feel like you don't need money, tell them, please, you're just doing it for yourself, for your mental. Remember, first is for mental creativity and speed of our stuff, not money. Money is there, but that should be, and of course, here, let me tell you, your money sweet past anybody money. Money that they did not insult you, money that they did not look at you up and down before they give you, money that they did not
True.
weigh, money they did not tell
True.
you to bring the
True.
list of
True.
things you bought. That money
True.
is
True.
fulfilling more
True.
than money that you have to explain why you should use it. And of
True.
course, you want to go for masters in abroad. Why should you? Why don't you start now to save from your business? To save 1,000 naira a month, 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira, and tell yourself that you want to school abroad, and this is the money. I bet you by that time, if you bring out 50% of the money, your parents will borrow the remaining 50 to any country of their choice. They will borrow it.
Yeah, very true. Very
That
true.
they
Very
see
true.
commitment, 50%
Yeah,
cash, you
very
get them.
true.
They will borrow.
Very true.
They will do
Very,
campaign and give
very
you.
true.
Don't just relax. So you could do that. You could do an academic tutor. Read this period that with COVID-19, half of the children are at home, half are not. Parents are even looking for people that will just stay around. So why don't you offer? You're in SS3. Why don't you teach people maths in primary six or in
Mm,
primary five? Why don't you,
mm,
within your cycle, not outside, not too far? What are you doing at home
mm,
all day? 3 hours. You can do 3 hours or 4 hours and you get 10,000 a month. When you come
mm,
back, you can come back and continue watching the Netflix. But just 4 hours can give you the financial freedom that you want. And you can
mm,
definitely invest with your 10,000 naira. If you have good family friends around, you can invest in what you want, and you can grow in stock. I know there are different small investment packages that you can do with 10,000, 20,000, and allow it to grow when it comes. You can do childcare. You can do house cleaning. There are people that they are fantastic house cleaners. Like your design, you can arrange house. Like if you arrange house now, it will be as if an interior decorator do the thing. See, use it for your money benefits. You can do that. There are people that are skilled on different things. So you're good in washing clothes, please. You're good in arranging, house cleaning, you can do that. You can do errand running. If you love going out, don't waste your going out. Use your going out to make money. Call one or two of your aunties. Auntie, do you need to go to the market? Do you want me to pick up something for you? Don't worry, I will. You just pay me 1,000 naira for transport or whatever. People are 24 hours is no longer enough for a lot of persons. So why don't you reach out to those people and tell them, okay, this is it. Finally, this other part, technology tutor. You can be a technology tutor for your older aunties and uncles. Plenty of them, the only thing they know how to do on WhatsApp is to forward broadcast that Jesus is coming, touch, press this dial, or forward to 5 people and something is happening to you. Please, can you teach them how to use WhatsApp status? You can teach them how to post on Facebook. A lot of older people want to start doing Instagram. They don't know how to do it. They don't understand. You can do an online class and charge them 500. Send it to all your uncles that want to, because they want to follow you on Instagram. It's not like they want to come there to do anything. So, but at least charge when they are monitoring you. You know you've charged for the monitoring spirit that they are doing for you. So you can do technology tutor and so many things. You can do blog. You can write a whole lot. But by all means, don't be idle. And please, today, if you didn't learn anything today, learn to plan your life in age brackets. This is what I want. It may not come out verbatim the way you want, but I bet you, if God sees your commitment, it will. In a fantastic way, my mind came out. The way I planned it really came out. I got married at the age I wanted to get married. I finished childbearing at the age I wanted to finish childbearing. I'm doing my business. It's possible. Who says nobody knows tomorrow? Try it and let it be that the tomorrow no day. Remember, if your aim is 10, if you fall at 8. But if your aim was 1, if you fall at 0. Thank you so much for having me, Mr. Joshua.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you hear me from your end now?
Perfect. I'm hearing you.
All right. So this has been an amazing session. As in, thank you for even calling me to the session. No matter how you are, no matter where you are right now, I want everyone to write things down. The Bible says one time has he spoken, twice has he heard. Twice have we heard. So it's very important that you listen to this recording again, wherever you are around the world. Ensure you listen to this recording again. Those things you do for free, start using them to get extra money.
Yeah.
And then go to that career path that you have done your assessment to know that that's your career path. Get some skills in it, no matter how basic it is. Go online and watch some videos.
Yeah.
Then go to that place. As she said, even though it's tying of ribbon on a birthday card, you can collect, even if it's 100 naira or 10 naira for each card. Go to that place or your field and agree on only one and few things that you can do and tell them to pay you for it all.
And be committed to it, be committed.
Please.
Don't give half-baked work.
Please.
Committed level, be committed to it.
At the particular time, I told myself I don't want to work with teenagers anymore. No matter how I saw a need to solve.
Yes.
But so don't allow your mentors, your people that employ you get tired of you.
Yes.
Very, very important.
Yes.
Stop looking at their faults and focus on what you came to learn.
Yes.
Ensure that you get value from your internship, and I know that it will be amazing for you. So we have come to the end of this session. I want to thank you so much, Ma, for coming on this call. So wherever you are listening, live or recorded, write in the comment section. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you so much.
I want everyone to put in the comment section. Thank you, Ma. So this is has come to the end of this session. We are moving over to Dr. Seliatu Ohimor, and she'll be coming in live. So, Mike, we can let you go right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was all my pleasure. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. So everyone, welcome to this session. Dr. Seliatu Ohimor is coming up next. I want you to get yourself ready, get your pens ready. She's a pharmacist. She's a teens coach. She's a teens mentor with a lot of value to tell you how to build your emotional intelligence while getting your internship, before your internship, and during your internship. So wherever you are around the world, I want everyone to come in right now and say welcome, Ma, welcome, Ma, welcome, Ma. In about 1 minute, she's coming live on this session. So get yourself ready. We just have a few minutes. If you have any questions, please put in this chat section while she comes on the call. If you have any question, put in the chat section while she comes on the call. Yeah, so in about 1 minute, you're gonna come on the call right now to share value with us. So let me just give her the open. Let me just open up for her to come in right now. And All right, so she's here. Thank you so much, Ma, for
Thank
waiting
you
on the
very
call.
much.
She's live here right now. I won't do too much of introduction because the time is fast spent. But I want this program to go over and over with value from everyone listening and for everyone listening around the world. Parents are listening, teenagers are listening. I can see mentors. I can see a lot of people registering for the summit. And I'm wondering, sorry, are you a teenager? so, so,
You're learning on behalf of your teenagers.
exactly. So just know that the knowledge you are receiving, a lot of people are also praying to receive them to ensure that you get yourself your pens ready, write it down, and don't waste it. So people are even telling me not to make this session continually free, but I am lenient. So ensure that you get value because one day the director I say we should bring you down and then you have to go and pay heavily to get the knowledge. So you are going right now into a wonderful space to learn. So everyone, wherever you are, say you're welcome, Ma. You're welcome, Ma. We have Dr. Seliatu. Let me put that in the banner section. We have Dr. Seliatu Ohimor live on the Smarties Global Summit. This is the first time, and this is the premier edition of Smarties Global Summit, and she's here with us. So put in the section, in section right now, in the comment section, wherever you are, YouTube, Facebook page, Facebook group. Say you are welcome, Ma. You are welcome, Ma. You are welcome, Ma. I want to see it right now as she climbs on the stage. I want to see your comments. I want to see your comments. I want to see your comments. So do that right now. Do that right now. Do that right now. All right. So, Mark, are you climbing right now on the stage? I'd like to go back while you confront. So tell us a bit about you.
Okay, thank you very much, Joshua, for having me on this call. It's a great privilege speaking on this platform. So I'm Dr. Seliatu Ohimor, as Joshua has rightly said. I'm a pharmacist, I'm a trained counselor, I'm a teen parenting coach. I'm also an addiction professional, yes. I basically help teenagers break free from disempowering habits, from addiction, and move into empowering habits and thrive in life. I also help parents move from conflicts, communication conflict with their teenagers, into cooperation and calmness in their relationship with their teenagers. So thank you very much. You go straight to the topic. We don't really have the luxury of time. I want to make maximum use of the little time we have before us. This topic earlier in the week was handled by Frank Udochi. He did justice to this topic. I just want to throw a little light here and there on it. So I'll be talking on the topic, emotional intelligence in the workplace. Yes, when we talk of the workplace, talking of your place of internship, even as a youth corper. Yes, we know teenagers also. There are corpers that are teenagers. When you in your during your service period, in your place of internship, even in your place of skills acquisition, where you go to learn, where you work generally in a team. I want to talk about emotional intelligence. So what's the hype about emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence. Before now, we're hearing of intellectual quotient. Intellectual quotient, yes. Intellectual quotient. Now we're talking of emotional quotient, EQ. EQ versus IQ. So what is it when you talk of emotional intelligence? Basically, as the name implies, simple English, being intelligent with your emotions. Basically, being intelligent, being smart with your emotions, applying intelligence in the deployment of your emotions. So, what are some emotions we have? Can you see the emotions of fear, joy, happiness, resentment, hate, various emotions? How do we deploy these emotions in our workplace to maximize our relationship, both our intrapersonal relationship and interpersonal relationship? So as I earlier said, emotional intelligence is basically being smart with your emotions. And to give a clearer definition, is the ability to identify your emotions, not just identify your emotions per time, to manage those emotions And not just yours, is communication or relationship is also interpersonal. Also identify and manage the emotions of others. Beautiful, right? Yes. So as teenagers, basically we know we are an embodiment of emotions, raging emotions because of the hormonal surge with puberty and all that. We are high energy, high capacity individuals. Let me say, yes, teenagers, we are very active, we are full of energy. We talk of the strength of the youth. Yes, we are so energetic, we are full of emotions, we want to say it as it is. In fact, I love teenagers. I love teenagers. I love the high energy they put into things. But there's a caveat. Yes, we have high energy emotions, raging emotions, mood swings here and there, but we can manage those emotions. We can deploy it to maximum use to optimize productivity wherever you find yourself, in the school, at the workplace, any relationship at any time too. You can maximize those emotions that they will bring productivity for you. One thing now we do, or let me say people do, is to blame emotions for their behaviors. Innocent emotions. As people will say, Satan was on his own, he did what he wanted to do, and you say it was Satan that pushed me. No. So also the behaviors, your habits, the behaviors you display per time. Should we trace it or should we blame it on emotions, which is what most of us do? I was angry. He pissed me off. He offended me. So I had no other choice but to give him a dirty slap. Emotions being blamed. I was so jealous. I was so jealous. I was envious of his success. And I had to do some form of mudslinging. I had to do some form of backbiting to make sure it was the envy in me that made me go on um, that pathway of envy, that pathway rather of backbiting him, emotions being blamed. That's what we are talking about emotions. We want to separate, we want to divorce our emotion that irrespective, regardless of your emotions per time, you can act nice, you can act the way you can act in a way that will bring maximum productivity per time. You will not blame your emotions on actions that end up bringing forth negative outcomes. That is a simple thing about emotional intelligence. We've been talking about emotions. What are emotions? Emotions basically is how we feel per time about the situation. Emotion translates to our feelings and depends, and our emotions depends on the translation we give to a situation. Someone in the place of work maybe does an act, does something per time, and you say, ah, he did this because he was trying to despise me. He did it because he had no regard for my person. Then it builds up an emotion of resentment, and it builds up an emotion of hate. And if you're not emotionally intelligent, you may end up taking a behavior, an action that could bring negative outcome. So you want to learn how to build that emotional intelligence. Yes, emotional intelligence is a skill, it's a soft skill, and it's a learned skill. You can build your capacity irrespective of what you are, where you are this time. I know when I was much younger, I used to be very stingy. I always tell my kids that when I correct them, I say, this skill I'm trying to build, you can build it up. You can build capacity. You can build your capacity in that aspect of life. So I was very stingy. I had to build my capacity. I had to intentionally build myself to be generous. I had to put in prayers. I had to put in work to intentionally give out. And now I find out that giving has become very much easy for me. So don't say this is how I am. I can be very angry and say it as it is. I can be very angry and scatter things. And at the end of it, when I've taken that action, then I come to myself and I realize myself and realize what I've done wrong. No. Emotional intelligence is about separating. Well, not basically separating, handling and managing your emotions, effectively deploying it in a way that you can bring productive outcome. That's it. It's simple grammar. Your behavior is a choice, should not be blamed on your emotions. That's what emotional intelligence is all about. And we need this topic. As a teenager, you need it. Because as I said, you're an embodiment of emotions, raging emotions for various reasons. You're energetic. You see, the teenager is a part of the brain we think of. I want to say we because I'm a teen mentor, so I consider all of us being one. The part of the brain we think about, we use that is developed at this stage is the amygdala. And the amygdala is a part of the brain that is responsible for, is particularly the emotional brain, is responsible for high energy activity. That's what makes high energy activity, irrespective of it being dangerous, of the outcome being risky, damaging. You are attracted to such activities. It's as a result of the amygdala. So we tend to we utilize, because that's the aspect of the brain that is developed at that stage. We use the amygdala, which let me just say is the emotional brain. But now we want to build our capacity to think logically, to bring our behavior as a result of, to bring forth behavior as a result of our logic, thinking brain, not just the emotional brain. So I want you to know that no emotion is bad. Some of us say anger is a negative emotion, happiness is a good emotion. Anger itself is not bad per se. Why? I need to be angry with a negative situation in order to change, to put in effort to change it. So it's the deployment of the emotions that matter. Don't label an emotion and say, this is bad, this is good. No. I need to be angry with the status quo, that is unproductive, in order to challenge, in order to build capacity to change that status quo. I need to be angry with the fact that I'm not good in maths. I'm not productive at work. I find out that this work process, I'm not bringing out my maximum productivity. So I need to be angry with that status quo in order to change. Happiness. You could be so happy to the extent of taking a wrong decision. But that I was so happy, and the money that my boss gave me to go and maybe to buy something for the place of work, I was so happy that I gave it to a beggar. Happiness is a good emotion, but did you deploy that happiness to productivity? So looking at that, basically we look at just four simple topics. We've seen the definition of emotion. Now, why do we need to be emotionally intelligent? Why don't I just leave the status quo? Just be as I am, managing my emotions, struggling with my emotions, letting my emotions direct my actions. Why do I need to be emotionally intelligent? Let me give a story. We heard recently. There was a story that went viral on social media of a boy in school. He had been topping the class. He had been topping the class in school. Then a girl came in from another school and she started topping the class. And the boy got envious. Emotions took hold of him. The top of the green-eyed monster, envy. He got envious and decided he must do something about it. Rather than him deploying that emotion to make him say, I'm angry at this. Why should I've been topping the class? Why should someone come in and take my position in quotes? Then put in that anger should have pushed him to put in more efforts, maybe by going for extra lessons, putting in more efforts to build his capacity. Rather, what did we hear? At the point he took the girl's water bottle during the break time, and he filled it with acid. He wanted to harm the child. It was another classmate, a classmate of his that saw it, that spilled the beans. That revealed that this was happening, that this boy had put acid in the bottle. And of course, if you'd ask me, say, it would let you know that it was jealousy, envy that pushed me. No, we need emotional intelligence so that irrespective of your emotions per time, you can act productively. You can act positively. You can deploy that emotions to positive use. So why do we need to be emotionally intelligent? But research has shown now that emotional intelligence is a predictor of success, even in the workplace, beyond intellectual intelligence. When you go for job interviews these days, the questions that are asked is not like the basic, what did you learn in school? Real life applications, relationship with people, teamwork, questions around teamwork and all that. Those are the questions that we ask, trying to gauge the level of your emotional intelligence. And also, as they say, intellectual intelligence may get you the job, but emotional intelligence will move you up the job, will help you maintain the job, and also help you be optimally productive. So you need emotional intelligence because it helps you succeed at any time, anywhere you find yourself. It's the foundation of a positive relationship. Remember, as you say, your net worth is determined by your network. And for you to build quality network, you need emotional intelligence. It helps you, social skills and all that. It also increases your drive and self-motivation that can help you succeed in the workplace or anywhere for that matter. So you need emotional intelligence. A high emotional intelligence helps you communicate better, reduces your anxiety level, reduces conflict, improves your relationship. It helps you holistically in every area of life. So our emotional intelligence affects the quality of our lives because it influences our behavior, which in turn affects and influences our relationships, whether in the workplace or anywhere. So emotional intelligence, what's here about? There are about 5 components of emotional intelligence. It's beyond social skills. Emotional intelligence is beyond where I relate with people. It also involves where I relate with myself. Yes, the way you relate with yourself is also emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence helps you build intrapersonal skills and interpersonal skills. Remember that the interpersonal skills is built on the foundation of your intrapersonal skill. If you don't have intrapersonal skill, if your intrapersonal skill is poor, you have poor interpersonal skill. So you need to work on yourself. What's the first component of emotional intelligence? Talk of self-awareness. Self-awareness. What's self-awareness? The ability to recognize or know yourself. You know your weaknesses, you know your strong points, you know your triggers. What pushes you, what triggers you to want to deploy your emotions negatively? You're able to label your emotions per time. If something is, if you feel, if you have a present feeling ongoing, you can label it and say, I feel angry, I feel overwhelmed. There was someone that said before now, before she knew about emotional intelligence, before she could label her emotions, she found out that she will feel so stressed when she had a deadline to meet at work or maybe a presentation. She'll be feeling so stressed. She'll be feeling so confused. She'll be wondering, why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling like this? Till she got to know the name of that feeling, that it was overwhelmed. So when it happens and she said, I feel overwhelmed, the knowledge of that feeling alone calms her down and puts her at peace and helps her know the next step to take. So being able to label your emotion per time has a calming effect. Also guides you on the way to move forward, on the way to handle such emotion. So self-awareness, this affects your relationship at the place of work and time. Then we talk of social skills, which many people just think it's only about emotional intelligence, just about social skills. Talking about social skills, these are the skills you need to communicate, to relate with others, to understand and respond to the feelings of others, the emotions you need to speak to others. This involves communication skills. This includes conflict resolutions, team spirit. This social skills is all encompassing. That's basically the interpersonal skill. Your network, as I said, determines your net worth, determines how far you go in life. You need people in life. So if you must need people in life, you need people in life to flourish in the workplace because man is a communal being. We are not solo beings. God created us to thrive on connection. If you must build quality connections with your bosses at work, if you must build quality connections, you need emotional intelligence because that's what empowers you with social skills. Remember, in the place of work, the relationship, you have the vertical relationship, the horizontal relationship. And the vertical relationship goes up and down. It goes up or down. The upward vertical relationship, your relationship with those your superiors. Then the downward vertical relationship with your subordinates. Yeah. Then, of course, the vertical relationship with your mates, your colleagues at the same level. You need quality relationship. You need emotional intelligence to interact with them, to thrive at work, to optimally be productive. Then the third one, of course, you need the third component of emotional intelligence is empathy. Empathy, that's the understanding, trying that the ability to understand things from other people's point of view. You're empathetic. You can realize that yes, I'm seeing a 6, he's seeing a 9. So I can listen, I can respond positively towards him. Empathy can make you disagree without being disagreeable, can make you assert yourself without being aggressively what's it now? What's the word for it? Without being aggressively offensive, let me say, or being offensive. That's empathy. Able to understand that. Empathy helps you in customer service, helps you in cultural intelligence, helps you in building and keeping strong relationships. Also, another component of emotional intelligence is self-regulation. Self-regulation, just basically about impulse control, ability to delay judgment, decision till your emotions are settled. You need to delay judgment till you can have a superior knowledge for you in order to make appropriate decision. Self-regulation, not that Yes, I heard this. Maybe someone tells you something at the place of work. Your colleague said this about you. He said this. Then you dash down, go and create a scene and cause issues in the place of work or your place of internship. For self-regulation, will make you sit back, sit a while and say, you heard this. Are you sure you said this? Are you sure you said this? And you ruminate over it. You ponder, what's the best way to navigate this? What's the best way to discuss with him and see if this is really what he meant by what he said. And did he really say this? That's self-regulation. Makes you think before you speak or act. That thinking before acting, irrespective of your emotions, I tell you, can save great danger, can prevent great danger, and it can save you from harm. Then lastly, we have motivation. You need motivation. That's the drive or push to act towards a particular goal, a set goal. And the place of internship, you need motivation to work. Will you come to work and say, I woke up on the left side of my bed, my emotions are down, my emotions are low. So I have no motivation to work. No. Emotional intelligence will help you package that emotions aside and still do your work. And still put in your best at the place of work, irrespective, regardless of your emotions. So that's emotional intelligence in a nutshell. You have empathy, you have self-regulation skills, and then social skills, self-awareness, motivation. In summary, we have all these skills. So how do we build emotional intelligence? Why? How do we build emotional intelligence? This is where I want to stop because time is passing. How do we build emotional intelligence? You see, we won't just talk about what it is and the benefits, but we need to know, how do you build your emotional intelligence? One, your belief system matters a lot. So many of us as teenagers, we believe we are invincible. We believe we should be forthright. Say it as it is, irrespective of whose us is God. Raging emotions, as I say, teenagers, raging emotions. But you must think your belief system. Do you believe you should think or reason before you take action? And you believe once it happens, as it dey hot, as we will say, deal with it, handle it. Your narrative, your belief systems, you believe that as a man, as a young boy, I have the belief that no girl should talk where I'm talking. So in the place of work, a girl maybe stands up for her right and challenges you. And you feel what? Your mind, because of your mindset, why should they get to talk like this? I must give it to her, I must show I'm the man around here. And it pushes you to take a behavior that is not the best emotional intelligence. So you need to evaluate your belief system. Any belief system that is the foundation of any behavior, any action that you know is not right. You need to throw them aside. Evaluate your belief system. This is the lens through which you see the world. And also acquire great positive values. That values, refine that divine values, help you better equipped to respond. But when you respond based on your values, not on prevalent emotions, I tell you that you are better able to handle situations, you are better able to handle circumstances. So you must evaluate your value system. What are the values you have? Do you have values of generosity? Do you have values of honesty? Do you have values of empathy? Because if you're empathetic, you want to say it as it is, but you don't want to offend. Well, not offend per se. You don't want to cause harm. As a counselor, there's a mantra we have that do good, do no harm. In saying the truth, do good, do no harm. And saying it to your counselee, helping your counselee, do good, do no harm. That should be your mantra, one of your value system. You must say it as it is. Then learn to listen. Listening skill is key. You must build up your listening skill. You are listening not listening and trying to know what to reply, but listening to understand. Listening to feel the other person's emotion, listening to label the other person's emotion, listening and placing yourself in the other person's shoes. You must learn to listen, build your listening skills. Intentionally choose your social circle. There's nothing in the Bible that says, he that walketh with angry men, or if sinners entice you, consider there's something about your circle influencing who you are. And they say you're an average of the 5 persons you go with. If you walk with young ones like you that are given to anger, given to chronic and extreme outbursts of anger, naturally you'll be drawn in that. You'll be drawn in that man. You yourself will turn out being a perpetually angry person. So choose circles that have positive values. Choose circle that can influence you for good. People that act right, people that are emotional intelligent. Then guard your gateways. What are your gateways? Gateways into your system, gateway into your brain, gateway into your life, your ears, your eyes, what you read, what you watch, what you listen to, and who you listen to. Guard it. What films that will build you positively, not films that there are some films that just and there are some books also that try to enforce narratives that are that impair interpersonal skills. You must watch that. Be able to, then also self-development. You must develop yourself. As I say, emotional intelligence is a learned skill. You must learn to identify your triggers. Then also in some cases you may seek counseling. Yes. There are some childhood experiences. There are some childhood experiences that could and bitter one that you need healing from. Otherwise, it's difficult to build emotional intelligence. Finally, of course,
Awesome.
you can never rule out. You must seek of the God factor. There's something about the fruit of the spirit. Like the fruit of the spirit is an embodiment of emotional intelligence. When you have the God factor, it also empowers you and, like I say, confers on you a great measure of emotional intelligence. I just want to round up with two techniques that you can use to deal in situations of intense emotions. You have the 4 R's. What's the 4 R's? You regulate, you reason, you respond, then relationship. When you cannot control your emotion, when you don't control your emotion, you react to situations. You react as it is. But when you can reason, when you can regulate yourself, you respond because you have spent some time thinking. So if something is ongoing, so there's a situation ongoing which can lead to you to an outburst of anger or wrong behavior. You regulate yourself. Take a pause. Then reason it through. Just a few minutes of reasoning will help you to respond appropriately, and the relationship will be built. Then finally, just the 6 seconds pause. There's the 6 seconds rule, 6 seconds pause. Something happens, you want to take an action. Just pause a while. Count 1 to 6. You can count it forward, you can count it backward. Within that 6 seconds, you'd have you'll have calmed down to an extent. You'd have subjected your feelings to logical reasoning, to logical thinking. Just those 2 techniques would help you. Then seek help when you find that you have issues or challenges. Thank you very much. A short video will be played now to just cap up this session about emotional intelligence. The reason for you to pause, the reason for you to put a lead on your emotions, to put a lead on your behavior before it leads to an unproductive outcome. Thank you very much, Joshua. I think that's it. Just played a short video. We've been hearing it since. You are not audible. We can't hear you. We still can't hear you. I can only see the movement of your mouth. Could you check your mic? It's still not on. You're not audible. Okay, yes. I think it's coming on now. No, it's gone off again. It's gone off again. I guess you should log out and log in again. You are still not audible. Okay. Yes, Joshua will be back in a moment from now.
Now see what's happening here. I shook both of them at the same time with equal energy. But now you see what is happening here. It actually erupted like a volcano and messed up everywhere. Now the most painful part is that I can't recover my soda. Once it is spilled, that is the end of it. Now, sometimes when you are angry, please close your mouth, because you may end up unleashing certain words that you never intended completely, and it can worsen the situation. And you know, sometimes you may apologize and say, I'm sorry, but some words are like venom. They can poison someone's heart against you permanently. Now look at this one here. It's looking like nothing happened completely because I never opened it. And you know, sometimes when you're angry, it is advisable to keep calm and postpone your action. You may even need to leave the place for a while and come back later to handle the situation. You'll realize you'll handle it with a lot of sobriety, and you'll be in charge of your thinking and your words. Believe you me, if I open this one later, nothing will happen. Don't let anger control you. Close your mouth sometimes so that you don't erupt hot magma.
Yes. So you heard it. You've seen it in the video, you heard it. Learn, remember we talk of the 6 seconds pause. Learn to self-regulate. Yes, you are teenagers, you have the strength of the youth. In fact, chop knuckle. You have strength. You have bubbling emotions, but learn to rein it in. Learn to be calm. In your interpersonal relationship, learn to attack the point, not the person. We see it oftentimes on social media. Okay, yeah, Joshua, you're back. Your audio is back now. Beautiful. So as I was saying, you see it in social media, on social media. So online, offline, you can apply emotional intelligence. Someone says something, makes a comment, and in replying, rather than attacking the point, you attack the individual before talking of the point. Someone makes a comment, you now say, how can you be so foolish? How could you be so stupid to talk like that? No. You attack the
All
point,
right.
not the person. Okay, thank you very much, Joshua. You're back on now. We can hear you audibly well.
All right, I think we are back now.
Yes, you are. Can hear you well. And see you well too.
What's happening to me?
We can hear and see you. Seems you're not seeing us. Hello, Joshua.
Oh my.
Hello. Can you hear me, Joshua?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Awesome. So everyone, let's appreciate Dr. Seliatu for this awesome session. I believe we have got value in this session, and I know that now you know what it is to have emotional intelligence in the workspace. So as you go for your internships, embrace emotional intelligence and have a wonderful season of development. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming on the call. We really appreciate you.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. All right.
Thank
so
you all.
Up
Bye.
next, we are having Mrs. Justina Ovat from Nigeria also to share us value on how to maximize internships. It has been a long series of sessions, and we appreciate her right now. So wherever you are, write in the comments. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. She's coming in on a rush, and she's going to hit us very, very big with a lot of knowledge. Quick one, let everyone get ready for this amazing session. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. I hope you can hear me. Good morning.
Yes, we can hear you clearly. Clearly.
Is my light clear?
The light's a bit dark. I don't know if it can be brighter.
Okay, let me see. Maybe I can see it again.
But we can see you.
Okay. I don't know. I'm actually sitting right under a light. I was hoping it to be brighter.
Okay, all right. Okay. Well, basically, the light is meant to be facing you to do better. But let's go on. You are live now. Tell us about you and just fire on.
Okay, my name is Justina Ovat. I'm a cross-Riverian. I'm married with 3 kids. On the 6th of February, I celebrated my 35th birthday. So it's still, I'm still in the birthday mode. So you can feel free to wish me a happy birthday and send in cakes. I'm still receiving cakes anyway. So I'm cross-Riverian and I live in Calabar. Majorly what I do is hospitality, but as part of the CSR of my company called the Calabar Hospitality House, we have a social intervention project which we carry out through the Justina Ovat Foundation. And one of the programs that we do at the foundation is the Teens with Skills project. So we equally work with teenagers, helping them develop skills. That's why I'm particularly very happy to be here today speaking with teenagers about the importance of internship. If you have the time later, you can go on my Facebook or Instagram page and you will see some things I've posted a couple of days back and maybe 2 days ago, yesterday, and then today again about this program. It's very important that teenagers begin to learn how things are done in the corporate world, because if you do not learn that, it will be difficult for you, just as other people are finding it difficult right now to fit into the corporate world. It's very important that you learn that, and hopefully this session will very much address most of that. Joshua, I don't know if you can still hear me. Can you hear me, Joshua? Can anyone hear me? I need to be sure that everybody is hearing me. Okay, all right, so Joshua can hear me and everybody can hear me. Talking about internship, I'm going to have to share my screen so we can see the video that I have. The entire screen, Chrome tab, let's see. Sorry, give me a minute to share. Okay, I can't seem to find my slides. Joshua, is there something else I can do? Excuse me. Okay, I think I'll just go on until I'm able to share my screen. So for today, basically what we're going to be talking about is what is internship or work experience, as some people may call it. Why should you pursue an internship? Why employers value internship? Where and how to find an internship, and what should you prepare to get, okay, and in internship. Then we can go into the Q&A. All right, let me see that again. Share screen. Okay. All right, great. I think we're there now. Okay, so that's our outline there. That's all we're going to be talking about today. So we go straight into the first item, which is what is an internship. Okay, so as it clearly states, it is very important, as I said earlier, for people to gain experience these days, because it is becoming a huge problem in the corporate world, even in entrepreneurship, where people are looking for interns, or people are looking for those who know the job, or even have some kind of level of knowledge for what they need done. You know, if anybody starts up a company or an industry or anything at all, it means that you have identified a problem in the society which you need solutions, and you have the solutions for that. If you now employ people to work with you, it means that the people who you're bringing in should have some certain knowledge and capacity to join you in solving these problems that you have recognized that people have in the society. That is where the experience counts. That's why you see people say number of years of experience, you must have 5 years experience, you must have 10 years of experience to have this job or to fill this position, you know. And then some people begin to complain, I just finished school, I just graduated, and I need a job and I need this money. How can I have this job without that experience? So it is important now that you gather those experiences through internship while still in school, or even if you have just recently graduated, you can begin to gather work experience through internship. Okay, so internship is any career-related work experience of limited duration that provides students an opportunity to gain experience before they graduate while earning credits, as the case may be. I know that in Nigeria, we don't necessarily have institutions that send you on internship. Not every course of study in the university do you gain credit from when you do internship. Maybe some of them, maybe in the accounting, I don't know if they do that, but I know that medical doctors go for internship or housemanship, as the case may be. So it's important that if this is not a requirement for your department in school, you can get this on your own and begin to gather those years of experience, getting ready for the job world ahead. Let's move on. An internship is a period of work experience offered by an employer to give students graduate exposure, okay, to the working environment. That is the primary thing. Why you need to get an internship. You need to be exposed to the working environment, okay? And then there are specific times that you can get the internship for, and also depending on your field of study, you can decide that, okay, I'm studying maybe English in the university, for instance, and we're not required to do internship. But if I begin to teach the little I know in a nursery school near my house, you know what you do? You get to know how the work environment is, and then you get to master better all that you are taught in school. So it's the advantages of internship can never be overestimated. So just by doing that, whenever you go back, you learn from your lecturer, you go back home, intern in that primary school, in that nursery school, and teach them, if nothing else, maybe how to pronounce words better, how to get their phonetics better. In that way, you're also developing yourself based on everything that you have been taught in school. Okay, so there are durations for internship. It can be as long as short as a week, or even 12 months, depending on the agreement that you have with your employer. Okay, and then again, in Nigeria, we don't really have the culture of paid internships, but a few people do those. So before you go into any kind of internship agreement, be sure that you understand the terms. Be very clear. Be very clear with your employer or whoever it is that you're going into that internship with, so that they can tell you if they are willing to pay for that internship or not. Okay? All right. So then internships are done in a range of sectors. As a matter of fact, every sector is open. No matter what you're studying in school, you should be open to internship. No matter what you study in school, you should be open to internship because, as we said earlier, it helps you. Okay. All right. So, as we said earlier, it gives you experience, it gives you opportunity to work in a good environment, and so many other things that come with internship. Okay. And then throughout an internship, you will develop a variety of soft skills, and soft skills are very important. For instance, take communication skills. For example, if you are not able to communicate with people, the last speaker spoke about emotional intelligence, and that's a very important factor. You can keep imagine that the man who opened the Coca-Cola had kept it by the side of the table, and somebody passes by and hits it down, and you get angry. Oh, why did you hit my Coca-Cola down? Did you not see that it was there? But if you had kept that thing in another position, that person would not have turned over your table to go spill out your Coca-Cola. So it has to do with emotional intelligence too. And communication is very key in everything that we do. Personal effectiveness too. Presentation skills, creative problem solving, influencing skill. Those are all the things. Once you go do internship in any organization, you will see the difference immediately. You will see the difference immediately, and then you will know how things are done in the corporate world. Then we move on. Another very important part of internship is that you will learn something we call on-the-job experience. Like looking at that photo on the screen, you can watch a YouTube video and says, okay, here's how to make salad, for instance. But it is different when a master chef who knows how to make salad shows you how to hold the knife, how to cut the chunks of it. You know, please give me 1 minute to check what is wrong with my light.
Have you heard of the Global Summit for Teenagers? Yes, I mean Global Summit. The biggest conference online for teenagers is about to happen. It is called Have you heard of the Global Summit for Teenagers? Yes, I mean Global Summit. The biggest conference online for teenagers is about to happen. It is called Smart Teens Global Summit, and it's happening on Facebook and YouTube from the 8th of February to 13th of February 2021. There will be speakers from all over the world, from Japan, USA, UK, Australia, South Africa, Uganda, and many other countries that you can think of. They will be speaking on career discovery, skills development, mentoring, internships, and entrepreneurship. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be terrific! So don't say I did not tell you. This is how to be part of it. Follow Smart Teens Global on Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube. Turn on your notifications. Have you heard of the Global Summit for Teenagers? Yes, I mean Global Summit. The biggest conference online for teenagers is about to happen. It is called Smart Teens Global Summit, and it's happening on Facebook and YouTube from the 8th of February to 13th of February 2021. There will be speakers from all over the world.
Okay. Joshua, please confirm if you can hear me. I've had to change my position. Hopefully, this is better now. Just let me know if you can hear me so I can go on. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So I was talking about the importance of on-the-job training, because this particular kind of training gives you more advantage. Because, as I said earlier, you can decide to watch a YouTube video about how things are done, but it is different when somebody who is a master in that field already shows you exactly how to hold the knife, position your onion, cut it into rings. It gives you a whole different experience from when you have to watch it. So on-the-job experience is one thing that internship also gives you the advantage of. Then we move on. Your career aspirations may change when you're faced with the true realities of a role. This is a very important point. There are people who started off as medical doctors. I've actually heard those situations before when somebody started off as a medical doctor. But when it was time to leave the classroom into the hospital to begin to cut somebody open, somebody just says, no, that this is the end of medicine for me. I did not know it was this gory. I did not know it was this bad. I did not know it was this scary. And at that point, they just abandoned that medicine they were learning and move on to something else, you know. So when you're doing an internship, it gives you the opportunity to know if that role, if that industry or that field you are in is really for you. Because at that point, you're doing beyond what other people have done, beyond what is written in a textbook. You are at the scene of what it is, where everything is happening. At that point, you know, do you have the temperament for this kind of situation? And if you know at once if you have it or if you do not have it, okay? So those are one of the important things, important reasons why it is important to have an internship. So somebody has defined internship this way, that an internship will help the student show how he works in teams, solves problems, communicates ideas, and influences others in the real world. Take it from me for free that this point is very important. As an employer of labor, as someone who has worked in teams, you can easily see someone who has the experience. Most times you're being interviewed for a role and they say, does the person fit into our corporate culture? It is this kind of things that they're talking about. Can you communicate in their language? Can you work with the kind of people that they have assembled to work for them? Can you solve the kind of problem that they are positioned to solve as an organization? or as a company. You must begin to get yourself ready. It is not when you get into the company that you start asking them, what are the training requirements? Oh, please, we need to be trained on how to do this. We need to be trained on how to do that. If they wanted trainees, they would have said, we want application for graduate trainees, or we want people who will come in to learn how our culture is. But in other cases, they may be advertising for a job, a role for you to place, and nobody has the time to go begin to train you on how those things should be done. So this is a very strong explanation of what internship is. So let's go now into the benefits of internship. The first one is personal development. Personal development. This will boost or build up your maturity and self-confidence. Imagine walking into a bank where your mates only come to pay in money or cash money. Or in most cases, as teenagers, maybe they don't even have a bank account, they're only there to observe what other people are doing. But you are in that bank, even if you are the one who serves tea. Even if you are the one who serves tea, the fact that you are able to enter the back office, you are where other things, the real things are happening, while others are just here. They don't know how those things happen, how the things operate, but you are there. You take tea to the office of the managing director, for instance, and you hear them talking. They have a general meeting and you are on the table also listening to what people are talking about. Even if they are talking about terms that you've never heard of, the advantage alone of you writing down those things, you go to the board, to the meeting with a pen, you're hearing new things. Tomorrow your friends are talking, a bank is doing an advertisement, and somebody says, what are they talking about? You already know, you are able to explain. So that gives you, it boosts your maturity and self-confidence. Then it improves your communication skills. We already talked about the importance of communication. Then it prepares you for life after graduation, and you enjoy your career decision. So you can quickly say, oh, the banking world is a place for me, because you interact with everybody who works there. And you know for a fact that, okay, I want to be in this kind of environment where people have to go to work very early and close very late. And every minute of the day, they are working. Do you have that temperament for that kind of job? An internship gives you the ability to develop yourself in these various ways. And then secondly, academically, it helps you integrate classroom theory with real life experience. Remember, as I said earlier, maybe you're a medical student and your first year, second year, I don't know how they do it, you are in the classroom only reading from very big textbooks about what people have said happens in the theater, about what people have said happens in the human body. But you go into a hospital and actually see how the human body is. In the book, on paper, on mannequins, you have seen how the inside of a human stomach is. They will tell you to even draw and label it. You know how to draw and label a human stomach excellently. You know where the blood vessels are. You know where the womb is. You know everything is. But the day you appear in the theater and the doctor actually does open a human stomach, I cannot begin to tell you how many people faint at the first sight of that kind of a thing. Some persons faint, wake up and continue. Some faint, wake up and take the next route out of that hospital and never to return again. So it is that serious. It is that serious. So during your internship, whatever field of study you're doing, if you're interning with a company or a firm that are in that line, of what you're studying, it gives you an opportunity to actually know what this thing I see on a textbook, it is called a tractor, but here is a real life tractor, and this is how it operates, gives you that experience, then increases your motivation to learn. Oh, I have seen this thing happen in real life. It sparks up your curiosity. I want to know more about this thing that I saw in the book, and I've seen it here. It opens up other opportunities. Then use resources that are not available at school. Yeah, schools may have a lab, but the lab will be very limited in the facilities that are available at the lab. But this firm has opened up to solve the problems of that industry. So of course, it has everything that is needed for that business to operate. So the things you see in the textbook, the lecturer tells you that you need XYZ in order to operate, in order to do this and to do that, you see them there now. And you're able to touch them. You're able to feel them. You're able to actually use them, in the real sense to know how they operate, and then possibly academic credit. That's for the courses that have that as an advantage too. So that is one other advantage of that. Okay. Then the third one is professionally. Professionally, an internship will help you explore potential career field. There are some persons who just go into the university so they don't feel left out. At that point, they don't know what they really want, but they just want to be in the university because at that time, their mates should all be in the university. But if you are in that category and you're not really sure of what you want to do, go and do an internship in, maybe write down 5 things that you love to do. 5 persons that you admire. Why do you admire them? What do they do that earned your admiration? If they are in the corporate organization, for instance, maybe they are consultants, if they are public speakers, whatever it is they do, try to see if you can gain an internship into their world and then see if that is the potential field, if it's that what you want to do. That too can help you, and then develop career-related skills, including okay. Another thing is observe professional people and behavior. Remember, as I said before, if you're working in that kind of an environment, you are definitely hands-on. You are there, you're watching people who have graduated from that same course of study, people who have gone further in that particular field. You are able to observe them, see how they do things professionally. And in most cases, like I've had a job before where I had to take up a position in a particular company. I didn't only, excuse me, I didn't only learn how things are done. I learned also how not to do some particular things. Because if you go, you see some people who are professionals, quotes unquote, but are not professional in the way they do things. You now have to ask yourself, if I assume this position in the future, do I want to behave this way? Do I want to cut corners? So internship also gives you an opportunity to learn how not to do things. So in other words, you must be open to learn, unlearn, and relearn when doing an internship. It is very, very important. And then build network. Imagine the people you have on your contact. Imagine that the manager of a bank calls you. Oh, Justina, make sure you're at work on time tomorrow. We have a tea break for 50 persons. Be sure that we have coffee, we have sandwich, we have this, and we have that. That makes me happy. The fact that my phone rings and this is the kind of person that's calling me. And you build network. You meet so many people who come around. Before you know, you are expanding. When you become prepared for the job, you're not only looking at that company, but at that point, there is opportunity for you to work at other places because other people are doing those kinds of things. And you know all of them. You know all of them. You already know the network of people who work in that organization or in that line of business. You know all of them at that point. Okay. And then finally, for professionally, you gain a competitive edge for employment. I think I had just explained that in my last point. Okay. Then we'll go next to why employers value internships. Okay, why employers? This is not why you should take internship important or seriously, but why do employers, people who employ labor, why do they take internship seriously? Let's look at that now. Because internship, number one, is a test period for both employees, okay, or students. The excellent way to find new, energetic, dynamic, and skilled employees, you know. So for an employer, if I have, like in my organization now, I can take up 5 interns or advertise for internship, you know, and then take up to 5 persons because I know that I want to fill one position, but let me see the kind of people that I have around me who can fill that position. I want to groom somebody, you know. I just want, in most cases, somebody who is teachable. You don't have to have all the big, you know, certifications and all. I just need a young person who is teachable, who has the kind of morals that I want in somebody in that position, you know. And then you intern with me for maybe 6 months to 1 year, and then you graduate. You can easily come back and fill that position because I've invested in you, you know. You will be trained, you'll be taught about how things should be done, you know, at that point. So that's an advantage for why employers need interns, okay? So intern student can perform well on professional level assignment and advanced responsibilities also. That is equally an advantage. Okay, so on to the next one, where and how to find internship. I know this is something that a lot of people will be asking now. Oh, how can I become an intern? I am only a teenager. I'm still in school. You know, who's going to employ me? Who's going to get me to become an intern? I don't know my right from my left. How do I become an intern? So here is how you can become an intern. Number one, you have to know yourself. You have to know yourself. How do you go about knowing yourself? The first thing you have to do is to do a SWOT analysis on yourself. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your opportunities? And what are the threats around you? So everybody has to do a SWOT analysis on yourself. This gives you a very wide perspective. You know exactly what you know how to do best, the things that you cannot do. So when you go into an organization, you can easily fit in. Then the next thing to do is get an objective assessment of peers, from your peers and family. You may say, okay, well, I'm a very punctual person. That is my strength. But somebody in your family can say, are you sure? Think that thing again, oh, very well. Think it again very well. Are you sure? So at that point, you begin to ask yourself, you know, oh, well, am I really a punctual person? You may think you are. Another person can say, oh, I speak well, I communicate very well. And then somebody will say, well, you have, I think you should look at it too. I feel that you have speech mannerisms. I think you have speech mannerisms. So look at it. When you talk, you need to stop saying these kind of things, or you need to stop saying those kind of things. You understand? So that too is an important reason why you should get an objective assessment from your peers and family. Then take a personality test. You need to know your personality type and what you can tolerate. You need to know what you can tolerate. An internship opportunity may just be available for somebody who can man a reception, for instance, you're a visitor receptionist, but you do not have that temperament because you are not a people's person. So that will not make it possible for you to be a receptionist and take up a job where you are required to smile all day and be kind to everybody, no matter what they do to you, no matter what they say to you. So your personality test will tell you if you can do that or not. And then take a career test also. I think we talked about this a lot earlier, because you need to know the career that best fits your passion and your personality. Then know your learning style. Also, there are different kinds of learners. There are some persons who learn by seeing. Some people who prefer to they learn better when they have to do it themselves. Some persons learn better when they have to hear it, So there are some field organizations where you're required to do things, but you are not a doer. So that may not work for you. Some organizations prefer that you see and follow, but you are not that kind of a person. You prefer to do and not just to see, So those are the kind of things that you should know about yourself, that positions you to get that internship. Then the next one is to have a general idea of the type of work you want to do. That goes back to the career test that we talked about earlier. So if you do a career test, you will have an idea of the type of work that you want to do. And then other ways are talk to family and friends about opportunities. In Nigeria, you hardly see opportunities for teenagers to do internship. Even for bigger persons, maybe NGOs and some oil companies that call for graduate interns, that I have seen, not a lot. But in the absence of all of this, you can speak to your family members. Somebody, you can have an auntie or a family friend who works at the bank, just tell the person, please ma, I'm looking at being a banker, when I graduate. Is it possible for me to just come around the office to learn? I can be serving coffee. I can be the one who photocopies every document, I can be the one who is sent on errands. Just be in that environment. Know people, know what each person does when they come to work. You will learn a lot, So talk to family and friends about opportunities. That auntie who has a big organization that tell her, please ma, I want to work in your organization. I want to learn how things are done there. What can I do? Or even tell them if you're done doing your SWOT analysis, use your strength as advantage. Oh ma, I'm able to communicate very well. I speak very good English. I could be the one who takes calls. Because these days, nobody wants to just hire a customer service rep and pay the person a lot of money, and all you do from morning to night is take calls, But if somebody, I know for a fact that I'll be happy to have an intern who answers calls, for little or nothing. And you stay here and you gain experience. You're talking on the phone, you learn how to be polite, you learn telephone etiquette. You're working with other people who are in the organization, you're learning interpersonal relationship. You see, by just answering the phone alone for us, you have learned a lot and you've added value to my organization. So that's one of the ways in which you can gain internship opportunities. Talk to your family and friends about opportunities that they would have for you. Then volunteer at NGOs. I am a volunteer for over 5 NGOs here in Cross River State. I volunteer my time. either a volunteer mentor or a volunteer facilitator for all those different NGOs. They have my time. Once they send me a message, will you be available to teach XYZ at this time? If I look at my calendar, oh yes, I'm available. I will go there and I will teach. You know what that does to me? There's hardly anywhere I will enter in Cross River State that a young person will say, I have not heard about heard of Justina Ovat. I have positioned myself. I go into these places, volunteer, I get experience, I increase my network. So there must be a reason why you want to volunteer. So write that down and then look for NGOs around you and go look for volunteer opportunities there. And then social media also are other ways that you can get internship. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is, you can see somebody who says, I'm looking for a young person who is smart, social media savvy, knows how to develop content, blah, blah, blah. Salary is 20,000 naira. You can tell that person, Ma, I'm available to do this job. I don't have the experience, but pay me half of that money so I can buy data and I will do this content for you. Let's try it for, maybe I can do the first month free of charge. I will show you all my content before I post them. Go to yourself, and then after, if you're satisfied in the first month, then you can begin to give me 10,000 naira for data. If we do it for 3 months and it's okay, then you can pay me the full salary from there. Then you have it. You have an internship opportunity that will lead directly into a job opportunity. We need to begin to use social media for strategic advantage, you know, other than just posting things and communicating with friends. Let's take good advantage of the social media. Then company website, you can go the same thing. Companies can be displaying things that they want people to do this, to do that. Reach out to them, go to the contact us button on the website and click on it. You see all the information there. Shortly, I will be talking about how to develop your a CV, even if you haven't done much, you know. And then job websites also can advertise for internship. Okay, so what should you prepare to get internship? Number one, you need to develop your resume. Employers want to see resume of potential interns. This is why I said we're going to be learning about something. I want to give you an example of this in a minute. All right, so quickly, I'll just show you this. So you see examples of how resumes are written. Here's an example. They say, ever been a class rep for any course? How about writing it as class governor, 2018 to 2020? I work with students to resolve problems and inform school leaders and student council of ideas emanating from the class. Ever hosted a reading group, like organized night class for your colleagues? Here's how you can put it in your CV. Student learning coordinator. I assess learning needs and design reading programs for highly motivated students of the Department of Marketing. Ever been a babysitter for your auntie? You say, I manage an informal daycare service where I devoted about 5 hours each week, providing personalized attention to the physical and intellectual growth of kindergartens using a one parent at a time model. Have you seen what we just did now? That's exactly how you can do such things. That's how you can build your resume from not having worked in an organization before, you know. So I'll send this link, then Joshua can post it for anybody who wants to learn how to get those kind of ideas on how to build your resume. You can build them from there. All right, Then the next one, developing your interviewing skills. Okay, so students are not assigned an internship, they competitively interview for them. So, but in this case, even if the opportunities are not there, even if you're the only one who sees that opportunity in that firm and know that you can go be an intern there, you need to develop your CV and go look for that internship. At the end of the day, what every organization wants to hear, whether they are paying you or not, is how will you add value to them if they bring you in? What value are you bringing into the organization? You know, and the little things you've done before is just a way of showing them that you can be a valuable part, you know, a valuable addition to that organization. So those little things you have done, it just shows that, oh, I'm young, but I've done things that make you see that I can take responsibility for any task that I am given. It just shows that, you know. And then the last one says, looking for suitable companies with relevant culture, appropriate job descriptions, and accessible location. Okay, so yes, they must have a relevant culture. Be sure that what they practice in that organization is what you want to grow up into, is what you want to be doing, is part of your personality and your principles. You know, don't go into an organization where they do shady deals, because you will spoil your reputation even before you have a chance to start one. So be sure that they have the relevant culture, and then appropriate job descriptions. You're there to work for free or for little or nothing. Doesn't mean that you have to do the jobs that are not appropriate. You must be sure that whatever you're asked to do is adding value to you and also adding value to the organization. It has to be a mutually beneficial relationship. At the end of the day, if you're not seeing value, then you should not be there at all. And then seeing as internships are usually not paid for, or if they are paying you, they pay little money, make sure that the place, wherever you work, should be close to where you live, you know, close to where you live. So you can easily just stroll in there, nothing lost. Do it at your spare time, you know, and then just go in there and out of there also. All right. So at this point, yeah, I think we are in a Q&A session right now. So I'll leave that to Joshua to coordinate. I don't know how the Q&A works. Joshua, over to you, please. Hello, Joshua, can you hear me? Okay. All right. So I'm hoping that everyone has taken down notes, and I'm also hoping that I made some points, some valuable points that will help you in your career. Trust me, it is very important to begin to gain work experience now. You know, there's ones that my people posted on our Instagram page. I saw that post, and I laughed so much that my stomach ached. You know, they said I need a 20-year-old with 35 years of work experience. And I said to them, how is that even possible? They say, yeah, so they just want people to see how difficult it is right there, out there, you know, so you can know that it is not too early for you to begin to gain work experience. Before somebody will say, you have to be 20 years old and have 35 years of work experience, which is something that is definitely not possible at all, you know. So early to bed, early to rise. Let's start now and begin to gain a lot of experience out there. Okay. So while we wait for, thank you very much for thanking me, and thanking you all for listening to me. Apologies for my network glitches and also for my power glitch. If you're not in Nigeria, then maybe I can apologize to you twice. But if you're in Nigeria, you know how it is. So you you understand how those things can be, no matter how prepared you try to be. Also, I wish I had a video to play while waiting for
Ah,
Joshua. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, I think I wish there was a video. So, but
Exactly.
there's something in mind. I think we'll soon close down social media with the highlights of this event. So yeah, but it's I don't know how I can so shout this. It's this event is massive. Like it's years of experience packed into one.
Yeah, true.
You have gone to India, we have gone to Japan, we have gone to Uganda, we have come back to Nigeria, we have gone to Australia to get you this knowledge from leaders in their fields. There has not been any global summit for teenagers. You can find for entrepreneurs and for experts and for presidents, but there has not been one for teenagers. So every teenager you're watching the live or the recorded session, I want you to go to your comment section and say, I appreciate you, ma. I appreciate you, ma. I appreciate you, ma. I appreciate you, ma. I want you to do that right now in the comment section, live or recorded. Ensure you write that in the comment section. This has been amazing. As in, this is a paid content anywhere in the world that was given to you free of charge. As in, I cannot overemphasize how important it is for internships. I remember one day I saw a picture of about 6-year-olds or 10-year-olds wearing helmets and wearing overall. About 10 of them going to a factory, and there was a supervisor leading them. And we were like, this is the picture of when I think the Nigerians were trying to make it a skit and say this is the picture of when you tell someone that is 25 to have 10-year experience.
3 years of work experience.
It was a joke to me. It was a joke that I saw they were trying to pass. But I told myself, it's not really a joke. It's an awareness issue. Now, when you are 15 years old and you come for internship, you can even the one that would shock me once when I was in university, I saw an 11-year-old from a secondary school come for internship.
Wow.
And I was like, what school is that? How did you, as in, what principal do you have in your school?
Wow.
But that just shows that if you can go for internship at 11 and a top internet company can employ you for internship, even if it was free, they may only give you data and transport fare. My dear, collect it.
True.
Collect it. The younger you are, the more value they give to you during internship.
True. Very
Everybody
true.
takes you like their child.
Yeah.
So don't feel like as if no, I don't have the skill. Look at us. She's just said something very important in our session. They send you to the manager's office. Yeah, I think I went up for a second. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So, as I was saying, If you are a security man or a lower staff, you might never ever see the senior manager's office.
At all.
But when you are an intern, even the senior manager be calling you his son or his daughter. And be exposing things to you that your elder brothers and sisters could never learn.
Yeah.
So you have no excuse in the world that you are not learning these things. Internship is your password to unlimited influence in your industry.
Yeah.
It's the password to unlimited influence in your industry. I want you to write that down anywhere you are. Companies are not that buoyant to start employing you as a trainee when they can employ an intern with experience.
Yeah, very true.
So ensure that by all means you get to learn. Follow them. If it's to sweep their floor, join them to sweep. It shows you how to administrate a company.
Of course.
It is to help the boss to go and buy water. That's all they can give to you. Please do that. It helps you enter every office. As in, the person that can enter every office is the assistant that is called general assistant. And they call and most times are interns. They look as if they are not useful, but they know everybody's name in the company. They attend everybody's birthday party.
Yeah.
When the name is called, when I look for a new recruit, a new staff that understands the old firm or will be in search for a very good job, they start thinking about your name.
Of course. Of course.
So by all means, dear teenager, wherever you are around the world, ensure that you embrace internship.
And you know, the ratio of or the possibility of interns being hired is very high, because at that point you have gained a lot of knowledge of the industry. Nobody wants to send away that kind of a person. It's almost like going to start all over again. You stand a very high chance, when you intern with any organization. You can our listeners can do the research. You will see about over 70% of interns get hired into those companies. Or if they don't hire you directly, you become some kind of a contractor, but you do something with the company eventually. So the opportunities are very high. Have you heard of the Global Summit for Teenagers? Yes, I mean Global Summit. The biggest conference online for teenagers is about to happen. It is called Smart Teens Global Summit, and it's happening on Facebook and YouTube from the 8th of February to 13th of February 2021. There will be speakers from all over the world, from Japan, USA, UK, Australia, South Africa, Uganda, and many other countries that you can think of. They will be speaking on career discovery, skills development, mentoring, internships, and entrepreneurship. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be terrific! So don't say I did not tell you. This is how to be part of it. Follow Smart Teens Global on Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube. Turn on your notifications. Visit smartteensglobal.com/summit and register. Go and sign up on smartteensglobal.com as a teenager or trainer or mentor or company. Then invite all your friends to do the same. And before I forget, there is a contest called Get Featured Contest for smart teenagers during the summit. If you want to be advertised for free as a teenager on this summit,
Simply create a 1-minute video on how you found your career, got your skills, got a mentor, and started using them to make money. Share that video on Instagram and tag @SmartTeensGlobal. Every video will be reshared, and the winner will win a one-on-one session with any speaker he or she wants, among many other prizes. So go, 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 and start winning! See you there! Have you heard of the Global Summit for Teenagers? Yes, I mean Global Summit. The biggest conference online for teenagers is about to happen. It is called Smart Teens Global Summit, and it's happening on Facebook and YouTube from the 8th of February to 13th of February 2021. There will be speakers from all over the world, from Japan, USA, UK, Australia, South Africa, Uganda, and many other countries that you can think of. They will be speaking on career discovery, skills development, mentoring, internships, and entrepreneurship. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be terrific! So don't say I did not tell you. This is how to be part of it. Follow Smart Teens Global on Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube. Turn on your notifications. Visit smartteensglobal.com/summit and register. Go and sign up on smartteensglobal.com as a teenager or trainer or mentor or company. Then invite all your friends to do the same. And before I forget, there is a contest called Get Featured Contest for smart teenagers during the summit. If you want to be advertised for free as a teenager on this summit, simply create a 1-minute video on how you found your career, got your skills, got a mentor, and started using them to make money. Share that video on Instagram and tag @SmartTeensGlobal. Every video will be reshared, and the winner will win a one-on-one session with any speaker he or she wants, among many other prizes. So go, 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 and start winning! See you there!
All right, so we're back. Yeah, sorry for the glitch in connection. Yeah, I know that everyone has got value for this session. In just to booster your points that you earlier said, 85% of interns around the world are retained.
Yes.
So no matter where you are, internship gives you access. I remember my second internship in a very, very big multinational, along with Zenith Bank IT firm called Cyberspace. As we were leaving, the MD told us clearly, he said, anytime you want to come back, just come back. That's all. So, and every AI, it's not a film trick. Every company I've gone to that still exists, I still have friends in top management. So no matter what you are doing, internship gives you access. The younger you are, the better. Please don't hype your age. Get there, get that internship. Do anything you can do. As long as you have known your career path, you have got some basic skills to find yourself a bit useful in the place, even if it's washing of their plates in the kitchen. Yeah. Okay. So please do it, learn it, and then from there, be humble. I must say this lastly. Be humble and learn, relate, emotional intelligence, very important. Obey them and get the knowledge. After a while, your value will still be set. And note it, the age limit for experience will still go down. Yeah. I can bet you that. So the younger you are, the better. So go to that firm today, this year, go there. If you are tired and you have learned everything that you can see in their place and you understand their business, you can move to another one that is bigger and keep on moving. Keep on moving. Every summer move until you have finished your schooling, and then you can apply as a full staff. And by that time, guess one thing about these companies, about even any company around the world, as long as you have internships, it means they don't need to teach you anymore. And that is just it.
Yeah.
So internship is the free password to every organized company around the world of your dreams. Don't wait till you are old, because you will have so much of responsibilities to deal with that you hardly have time to learn. So go get it. I know everyone has got value everywhere around the world, from the YouTube to Facebook group, Facebook page, wherever you are listening around the world. Ensure that you listen to this session again before it goes down by any means. I don't promise you that it will always be available, because the platforms are temporary, no matter how they look. So ensure that you get this knowledge and be great. Thank you so much, Ma, for coming on this session. Really appreciate you. Thank you, and thank you. Have a blessed year ahead of you. More grace.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys. It's been an amazing session. And up next, we are inviting Mr. Olatunde Nifemi, all the way from ECOWAS, an amazing personality, and he will share with us on career. So I'm adding him to the stream right now, and it comes on live.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Olatunde Joshua Olatunde. Can you hear me, please? I want to be sure that I'm audible. Joshua, can you hear me? Am I audible enough? I just want to be sure the reception is good from here. Oh, good. Thank you. So Justin, I've been doing a lot. Joshua, I've spoken to you a lot about internship. I know I was listening to it and it was great. But then you want to intern, you want to learn, you want to, gain experience. Here's the point. Where do you start from? Like, okay, once again, let me introduce myself. I'm Olatunde Joshua Olatunde, the Deputy Country Coordinator of the ECOWAS Youth Council. I also work as a digital media expert, and I am a social development consultant. Back to our topic today, we are talking about career choice. As a teenager, as a young person, how do you pick your career choice? How do you decide on what you want to do and how best you can do that? Quickly, let me tell you a story. There was this young man that did not know what he wanted for himself, even till he got to the university. Growing up, people will ask everybody in his class, so what do you want to become in future? His answer is always, I don't know. And he got into science class because everybody believes that the brilliant students are always in science class. And good enough for him, he is a brilliant boy. So if he just went into sciences like that. So he was in science class, writing his jam and the likes. Leaving secondary school, he felt like he could study medicine. And why? Because he feels, okay, he loves the human structure. He wants to see what's in a man, what's inside us, what makes us breathe. Out of curiosity, he just wanted to study medicine and surgery. Somehow, he got into the university and he started studying anatomy. His first year studying human anatomy, he felt, okay, I wanted more. Then he told himself, okay, what else do I do? I'm not sure this place is meant for me. He ended up crossing from pure sciences to management sciences. And this young man, while in the university, was, trying to find himself, then realized what he wanted. He knew, okay, I'm this kind of person that wants to talk to people. I'm the kind of person that finds so much pleasure in making impact, making people feel good. So he went to management sciences, because unfortunately for him, the kind of university where he met himself is the University of Technology. So all he had to do was just look for a department that will not be so engaging, so he can, have time for social work, go out, talk to people, volunteer for organizations and the likes. So he graduated as an accountant. And outside, after graduation, he started things that he really wanted. So he started doing stuff that he really wanted for himself. So here's the point. The young man in question is myself. And I have been moving from one particular career to another, but now I have been able to, find my foot in what I want. And it's interesting to know that the only reason why the journey looks a bit stressful and long is because I was not opportune to be in a summit like this that you are right now. I was not opportune to have somebody like myself sitting down talking to me about career choices and why I need to make career, why I, reasons behind career choices. Now, this is 24th century. And trust me, I would say that the teenagers we have in the 24th century are going to make this world a better place. Not just because of the devices and the kind of technology you all have access to, but because you all are opportuned to be in quite a lot of programs like this that told you about internship. Personally, I believed, growing up, I just felt okay, internship should be done maybe when you are, out of the university, or maybe in your fourth year in the university, or even if it's the polytechnic, second year in your HND program. That's the only thing. But now you realize that even as a teenager, you can intern every summer instead of, all this, we believe all the summer is to play. Every summer is to, catch fun, go to places and the likes. But now you understand that your summer can be better. So let's talk about your career choices and how you should make your career choices. As a young person, I don't want to share slides with you. I want us to have a kind of conversation that everyone can relate with. I don't want it to just be slides and notes and the like. So I want us to have conversations we all can relate with. So I'll tell you, as a young person, you want to make career choice. The truth is, while I was growing up, there were influences like friends, like family. Some of you, whether you like it or not, whether you want to accept it or not, some of you, your parents will want to make that decision for you. They will want you to know, I want you to be an engineer, I want you to be a doctor, I want you to be this, I want you to be that. Yes, I know a lot of you can relate to this. But the truth is, when it comes to career choices, it is all about you and your future and how best you want it to be. So, but then you need to convince people to know that, see, I am wise enough to know what I want for myself. That is when they will let you make those decisions. Because career choices most of the time isn't just about okay, I want to work and make money. How about working and being fulfilled? How about passion? How about what you are comfortable doing without, anybody cajoling you to do these things? The first thing I'll tell you to look out for, I know your last class, I saw something like you did a lot of SWOT analysis, talk about your strengths, your weakness, the opportunities, the threats and the likes. Yes, you cannot take away your SWOT analysis when you want to make career choices. Some of you don't even like the sight of blood, but your dad is a medical doctor and you feel like, I want to be like my dad. I want to be a medical doctor. How will you feel your first day, your first practical class, and you see blood and you start vomiting? I remember when I was studying anatomy the first year, we were supposed to, go into the lab to dissect. We're doing an autopsy for the dead body. We wanted to know the cause of death. You have to, cut in, the intestine, leave the intestine up, bring out lungs, check a few things. Just seeing dead body alone, a lot of colleagues ran outside. Some of them were crying, some of them were vomiting, some of them were, because it was the first time. So you now ask yourself, what are you doing in this department if you know that you cannot stand dead body? This is just a typical example of what is happening to a lot of young people now. you realize that, for me, my journey will have been it will have, I will have gone further than this if I had the orientation about what I wanted for myself. Instead of going through sciences, then coming back from sciences, then I ended up graduating as an accountant, and now I'm in the media space, I'm in the social development space, and the likes. You have to take other extra courses on this, on that, because you don't have the foundation. You have to start taking courses. So the journey is longer when you don't have a clear career path for yourself as a young person. The journey is just long. You just, you realize, oh, I don't want to do this. After spending 2 years doing something, you realize, no, this is not what I want. I think I'll do this. You start discovering yourself in the middle. But for you in this class, you are going to discover yourself early, and you will know what you want for yourself, and you will pursue it as a person, which means you have a very, very high tendency of making it in life. And not just making it, you have high tendency of getting there early. And getting there early is the main reason why we're having this kind of conversation as regards career. As you know yourself now, this is what you want to do. You already know your strengths. Okay, some of you like talking, some of you like engaging people, some of you, I know some of you can talk for 3 hours and nobody will get angry, everybody will still enjoy what you're saying. That's because you have a great communication skill that people just want to listen to you talk. In that instance, don't you think, aside with that skill and quite a lot of other skill that you have, you know yourself that, okay, if I decide to study law, I decided to study communications, I decided to do stuff in the media, you know yourself that this thing, you will do it effortlessly. You're going to do it without stress. I know somebody that can write, and when she's writing, she just writes like she's drinking water or she's eating. Writing just comes so easy for her. Imagine that kind of person. You know what she studied in school? She studied real estate. Then it was while she was in her fourth year in school that she realized, okay, this thing is not for me. You wonder why it took so long. You wonder why it took so long for someone to realize, okay, this is not meant for me. So, then she now started taking courses, but now she writes for Netflix, she writes for Nollywood, and she's doing great. But then it will have been easier for her if she had discovered herself earlier. It will have been, a lot of things will have really come easy if she knew, okay, why not just pursue this writing? Why not go to school to study communications and script writing, or go into school to study the international relations, or stuff that that will make you put your skills into use. Some of you are very good with IT, you just love the whole IT world, and you're doing stuff. And in your mind, you're thinking, okay, my dad is an engineer, I want to be an engineer. Don't you think you will waste that kind of skill that you already have? And at the end of the day, I promise you that you will end up coming back into the IT world, because there's a place of, oh, I got a job, I've got a job, this is what I'm doing now. And there's a place of fulfillment in working. And the good thing is you are knowing it now, that job is not just, working is way beyond money. There's a place of fulfillment, like leaving your house in the morning and going to your work, going to your office, and you're excited about what you want to do. You are excited about, oh, I'm going to my office, not just because let's just go at the end of the month, let's get paid, or at the end of the week, I'm going to get paid. No, you're going because you have passion for what you're doing. There's high tendency of growth, for career growth and development, when you have passion for the thing you do. A few years ago, when I joined the network of youth policy experts, and I realized, oh, I love this. I love people. I love the fact that, oh, we need to dialogue on things that have to do with, making impacts. We have to talk about how best we can engage government, engage people, engage international communities, and talk about developmental issues. and now we can help young people grow. When I got into the system, and after 6 months, I became the country coordinator. And somebody will ask, how come? How did you become country coordinator in 6 months? It wasn't because I wasn't the in fact I met people in the network, and people that have spent over 5, 6 years in the network, and they are doing well. In fact, a lot of people thought they were going to be the country coordinator. But for me, I came into the system with passion. I had the passion, I had the zeal. Like everybody knew that this person is made for this. Now, imagine if I'd been in that network way beyond now. If I'd been in the social development space earlier, if I had discovered myself earlier. So this is me telling you that as a young person, you don't just have to, flow with everybody. You don't need to decide to be a doctor because your friend wants to be a doctor, because your dad wants you to be a doctor. As a person, you need to look at yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, the kind of opportunities that are in what you love doing, and the kind of threats that you have there, just like the SWOT analysis you had earlier. So career path is way beyond let us just go to work, let us make money. I'll tell you, there are a lot of people that did not go to school and they are doing great. Why? Because they discovered passion. They discovered their line of thought. They knew where their strength lies. They knew what they wanted for themselves. And the 21st century teenagers that I know are probably the most intelligent sets of people that have graced this world. And I am happy to be discussing with you all today, because I have seen teenagers that have been able to, talk their parents out of making decisions in terms of career for them. I've seen some of my teenagers call me to tell me, sir, okay, this is what I want for myself. My mom, my dad wants me to do this. How do I engage them for them to understand that this is what I want for myself? You know, this is the kind of thing that I want you all to start doing from this moment. If I know some of you have chosen your career path. Now ask yourself, why did I make this decision? Ask yourself, what influenced my decision? Is it because everybody in my family are doctors and I feel like, okay, I don't want to spoil the family traits, or I don't want to, come out from the family line, and let me just follow the queue and also be a doctor? Is it because, oh, everybody, my dad is a senior advocate, my mom is a judge, so I'm just expected to fall in line and also be a lawyer? It doesn't work that way, because you might not find fulfillment, you might not find passion and fulfillment in that job. So even if you are going to, seek internship like you earlier discussed, how do you seek internship when you don't even know your career path? When you don't even know what you want for yourself? You don't know how best to engage yourself in terms of, okay, this is what I want to do in future. These are things this is what I want to see myself doing in 10 years, in 5 years, and all. So you need to set out a particular career goal for yourself as a person. Look at yourself. Okay, I speak well, I write well, I love engaging people. I love I love going out. I love, look at all those things. If you see all those things there, you realize that, see, medicine line is not for me. The kind of mistake I made, thinking that, okay, because you need to be brilliant to go into sciences, is one particular mistake that I would never want any teenager or any young person to make. There are a lot of brilliant people studying mass communications. There are a lot of brilliant people studying law. There are a lot of brilliant people in the tech industry and the likes. But I felt, okay, you just sciences it is. What it is not. So today I'm just going to tell you to, realign your thoughts. Talk to yourself. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Why do I want to do what I'm doing? Do I love what I'm doing? If somebody wakes you up and tells you, hey, young man, come and look at this application, it's not working well, or this website is not doing good, will you gladly jump on it? Or until the person tells you, we'll pay you $20, we'll pay you $100, we'll pay you, before you, okay, let me do it, because your only motivation is money. If the only motivation behind your career choice is money, then you need to rethink. I want you to write that down. I want you to put it somewhere. If your only motivation in terms of your career choice is money, then you need to rethink. You need to rethink. You need to understand, because by the time you get to a particular stage in that particular career that you went in because of money, you will no longer find passion. You will no longer find fulfillment. Then you realize it is not just all about money. There is more to career than just money. And your choice of career can make your journey smoother, and it can make it longer. For me, it got longer because I had to cross in from sciences. I ended up graduating as an accountant. Then I had to go and take external, some other special courses on media and communications, on digital marketing. I started taking courses on international relations because of the kind of space I felt like, oh, because when I found passion, I found it late. When I realized this is what I wanted for myself, it came in late. So because of that, I had to start taking courses, a lot of training. I did internship, I did trainings, I took courses, professional courses, read extra. Because if you are crossing into another part that is not your initial part, you have to read extra compared to somebody that has the foundation already. So for me, I believe that my personal story is enough for any young person at this stage to make good decision when it comes to career path. It is really, really, really very important, because if you don't have a career path for yourself, you are going to find yourself doing the wrong thing, and your passion is for something else. A lot of you like acting. A lot of you want to act. Some of you just want to be on TV, and you are studying medicine, or you are thinking of, okay, I want to study law. Hardly will you see a lawyer on TV, except on some exceptional cases. But you want to be on TV, and you communicate well, you have passion for TV, you have passion for media. What are you doing thinking that you will find fulfillment studying medicine? But the good thing is we are here now. We can align our thoughts. We can put together our strength, our weakness. You look at the opportunities you have in this career, then you look at your passion. Then you see everything. It gets clearer when you can analyze yourself as a person. It gets clearer if you put yourself into consideration. You look at everything around you. You look at yourself. Inbuilt. These are things. There are a lot of things that comes to you just naturally. You don't need to force it. You wake some people, please, can you help me do this? And immediately they're on it. You wake some people and you tell them this, they don't think twice. They are there. Why? Because this thing is natural. So you need to align your gifts, your talent with your passion whenever you want to make decision for career paths. I repeat again, align your gifts, your talents, and your passion when you are making decisions in respect to career paths. Align all those things. So the moment you align them, it is easier for you to make this decision of, this is what I want to do as a person. This is what I want to become. Then once you're able to align all this, then you can think about, okay, next summer I want to be, you realize, okay, now I think I love the IT department. I love the IT sector. I love what they do in IT, artificial intelligence and quite a lot of other things. So it's easier for you to tell yourself, okay, next summer I want to intern at an IT firm. I want to intern at an organization where they make, robotics and, software and the likes, because you've been able to align your career goal. You've been able to align your passion. You've been able to realize, okay, this is my gift. This is my talent. This is my passion. And of course, this is the career path I want for myself. So I'm hoping, I don't want us to dwell much on, it's easier to talk about career goals and, picking a career for yourself when you have questions coming, because I know a lot of us have diverse issues when it comes to setting careers and, deciding what you want for yourself. A lot of us have different kind of our realities are very different. That's the word. Our realities are different. So I'm hoping that, Joshua, please, is there a way we can get a few questions? I know people, teenagers always want to ask. Every time I talk about career goals and I talk about, picking a career for yourself to teenagers, I get a lot of questions as regards different things. Some people will ask you, if I'm passionate about law, and at the same time, I see myself like somebody that will be very good as a doctor. I see this kind of questions almost all the time when I talk to teenagers about setting careers and, deciding what you want to do for yourself. Some will tell you, how do I convince my parents that this is what I want because this is what they want for me? So that's why I said it's easier if we can get questions. Joshua, if you can hear me, please. I'm hoping we can pick questions, few questions from some of the teenagers, so that I know it's going to address a few other things that some of them have in mind. So while we wait for Joshua to get us some of those questions, I would also like to tell you something as regards.
All right, so I'm still waiting
I'll
for
also like to tell you
questions.
something.
Yeah, so I'm still waiting for questions from teenagers. So,
Okay.
wherever you
Joshua,
are
you're here.
listening from, are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? Can you hear me?
And hopefully we'll have him back soon. Okay, I can hear you now. Joshua, you're back.
Yeah, all right. Okay, okay. So, well, I'm still expecting questions. So, smart teenagers around the world, wherever you are listening from, let's know your questions as regards your career. Where are you facing challenges in your career choice? In what way do you want to solve your career or navigate your career? It's very important that you ask your questions right now in the live session before Mr. Nifemi leaves the session. But meanwhile, sir, I would like to ask, in what way can they get to contact you or connect with you, either during or after the session, provided they have personalized questions?
Okay, good. So if you have personal questions, you can always reach out to me via email and I will gladly respond to you. I get quite a lot of questions from teenagers about, career choices, and like, so I will gladly respond. nifemijosh@gmail.com. nifemijosh@gmail.com. Just see your mail, I will gladly respond to you.
Okay, you said nifemijosh@yahoo.com.
Yes, at gmail.com.
Okay.
At gmail.com.
All right. Am I correct? All right. All right. I believe everyone has got value from wherever you are, from wherever you are listening. I want everyone to appreciate Mr. Nifemi Olatunde Joshua. One great man. I am so glad to know and also be a namesake. So everyone around the world, let's appreciate him in comment section. Say thank you, sir, thank you, sir, thank you, sir, wherever you are listening. Even though you are listening to the recorded session, I want you
Thank
to put
you.
that in the comment section. and that you your questions. There are mentors in the comment section ready to answer your question at any point in time. So ensure that you ask your questions. Ensure you ask your questions. Send him a mail. Bombard his mail. He's ready to answer your questions. And please permit him to answer your questions late because he's a very busy person. Thank you so much, sir, for coming on this session. We really appreciate you. We thank you.
Thank you
for
so
giving
much.
us value on this day.
Thank you.
Thank you so
This
much.
is wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. So,
yeah,
teenagers, once again, I want to wish you well. And like I said, your journey is smoother if you have a clear career path. And don't forget, please, align your passion, your goal, your gifts, and your talent. Once you can align these four factors, we have talent, what you love doing, your gift is just comes natural, and you have goals. Okay, this is where I want to be. This is where I see myself. This is where I see myself in 4 years. This is what I want to look like in 5 years. Then you look at your passion. Like, do I feel good about this? After speaking to people, do I feel so good about it? If you can align all these thoughts, trust me, you are going to make a very good career decision. And once you do, you'll be glad that you came to this program. Once again, thank you so much for having me, and I wish you all the best. Send your mails to me, I'll gladly respond to them. Some of you might have personal career questions, how to talk to your parents, how to convince your parents, or some of you might even be confused because you feel like I'm good at this, I'm good at this, I'm good at that. I also feel that same way too. Most of the time I feel like I'm good being a lawyer. At times I feel like I'm going to be a very good media expert. And at the same time, I realized, okay, if I'm a lawyer, do I feel like the passion is there? I might be good communicating. I have a thing for law. I have a thing for, legal issues. But then I also love the media space. I love to be on TV. I love to talk to people. But at the end of the day, what made me, what pushed me into the social development space was the fact that I wanted to make impact. And impact is passion for me. And if there is not, if whatever you're doing, whatever decision you want to make does not have passion in it, you'll get tired somewhere because it will not always be smooth. There are times that things will not go the way you want, but once there's passion, it's the fuel to keep going. So your passion is also very important. So even if you have 4, 5, 6, 7 things you feel like you're good at, just know that there will be passion for just one of those things. And don't confuse it. There are times you feel like, oh, this is what I want, this is this, I also want this, I want this. Realize that once you put your passion down, you align everything, you realize, see, this is what I have passion for. Because in the long run, it is not just the money that will keep you in what you're doing. It's not money, it's not influence, it is passion. Passion is the fuel to keep going. So don't forget to align with your goal, your career, and everything will work out fine. So feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much for having me, and have a wonderful program. Thank you so much, Joshua.
all right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for coming on the session. We really appreciate you, and we wish you the best of your year. Teenagers, wherever you are, let's appreciate him in the comment section. I know we have all got value wherever you are around the world. This is the end of the morning sessions, and I know that you have really been blessed back to back from emotional intelligence to internships to career. So this rounds of the morning session. In the evening, we're going to be having Tamara Zantel from the United States, the founder of Raising the Young Mogul, going to be speaking to us about internships. And we're going to be having Ambassador Manti Umar of the UN speaking to us about internships. So ensure that you get ready. Get yourself ready. Get yourself ready. Get yourself ready. That's going to be 12 p.m. Eastern Time. That is about 8 p.m. East African Time. That is approximately about 1 a.m. Australian time. That is about 2 a.m. Japanese time, whatever time zone you are around, and 6 p.m. West African time, whatever time zone you are. London, it's about 5 p.m. Wherever you're listening from, ensure that you maximize these sessions. Is a roundup of the speaker sessions on Smart Teams Global Summit 2021. Is a roundup of the speaker sessions. And tomorrow, we're having super smart teenagers of exceptional influence from all over the world sharing their value on Smart Teams Global Summit Roundtable. So I don't know if you have been aspiring, or the English looks so big, or the knowledge looks so big, and you feel you are just too young to make this happen. I will be showing you and bringing to you young, smart teenagers who have spent their teenage life well, showing you the amazing works that they have in their mindset. I don't want you to miss it for anything around the world. Ensure you are there, ensure you are there, ensure you are there. On Saturday, we run the grand launch of smartteamsglobal.com. Wherever you are, ensure you sign up on smartteamsglobal.com. As a teenager, if you are a parent listening, please sign up as a trainer, put up a course, no matter how small it is, as a PDF, a video, an audio, put up a course, teach someone something, no matter how small it is, even if it's washing up plates, write it there, make a short video, put it up there. If you are a mentor, sign up as a mentor, put it up there. If you own a company, you want to always start up, you want to have smart teenagers, just like Justina said, someone that I can help, someone that I can care for. Just please sign up as a company. Let's make this circle of teenagers knowing their career path, finding their skills, getting the right skills, getting mentors, and getting internships affordable and available without no stress on one platform. I appreciate everyone, the sponsors, the organizers, wherever you are around the world. Welcome to a new season. Thank you so much for standing with us, and have a wonderful time ahead of you. See you in the evening.
Have you heard of the Global Summit for Teenagers? Yes, I mean Global Summit. The biggest conference online for teenagers is about to happen. It is called Smart Teams Global Summit, and it's happening on Facebook and YouTube from the 8th of February to 13th of February 2021. There will be speakers from all over the world, from Japan, USA, UK, Australia, South Africa, Uganda, and many other countries that you can think of. They will be speaking on career discovery, skills development, mentoring, internships, and entrepreneurship. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be terrific! So don't say I did not tell you. This is how to be part of it. Follow Smart Teams Global on Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube. Turn on your notifications. Visit smartteamsglobal.com/summit and register. Go and sign up on smartteamsglobal.com as a teenager or trainer or mentor or company. Then invite all your friends to do the same. And before I forget, there is a contest called Get Featured Contest for smart teenagers during the summit. If you want to be advertised for free as a teenager on this summit, simply create a 1-minute video on how you found your career, got your skills, got a mentor, and started using them to make money. Share that video on Instagram and tag @SmartTeamsGlobal. Every video will be reshared, and the winner will win a one-on-one session with any speaker he or she wants, among many other prizes. So go and start winning! See you there!